Hi, this is Jenny with Curators. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I am sitting here thinking about how, as curators that are involved in the NFT and crypto space, we're actually really lucky that we have the opportunity to interact with people from so many different locations, internationally, close by, all over the place, really. And I was just thinking about our friends that are over in the UK because I came across this news that they are about to experience a crazy heat wave. So, funnily enough, we also happen to be digital nomads, and we had the opportunity to go over to the UK just a couple weeks ago, and I think we have some ideas for what our friends across the pond could do to help themselves make it through this heat wave and not experience such an awful time. So first, I did want to just kind of go through this article that I saw in the Daily Mail. It's been evolving, but it was posted on July 12th, so it's like mid-July 2022. And apparently, over the course of the next couple of days, they will be experiencing temperatures that can range anywhere from about 82 degrees Fahrenheit or 28 degrees Celsius, all the way up to potentially 109 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 degrees Celsius. That is crazy, 109 degrees Fahrenheit. I have lived in some warm places, and I can tell you that temperature is not fun. So, what is the advice that I have for our friends that are going to have to get through this heat wave? Well, two things this video is going to seek to do. One is give you some ideas about what you can do to beat the heat, and two, answer the question that you might all be wondering the answer to, which is, what is the best gelato in London? So, of course, one of the answers to the first question, what can you do to beat the heat, is go out for great gelato. So maybe you can't do that during the heat of the day, but towards the end of the day when you want a refreshing treat, I would highly advise going out and getting gelato. It's something that I enjoyed when I had the opportunity to go to London, and I wanted to share the places that we went and some pictures and video from that trip where you can kind of see and decide for yourselves what might be good places to check out. So just starting with what you can do to kind of beat the heat besides the gelato. First, I would say 100% stay hydrated. Drink more than you normally would. I mean, don't drown yourself, obviously, but drink your 8 bottles of water, or however many you drink in a day. Make sure that you don't skimp on that, because the water can make you really dehydrated if you don't have enough of it, and then you won't feel well. Sun poisoning is a real thing. It's not fun. Definitely wear a hat, sunscreen. If you don't have to go out when it's super hot, don't. That would be, my advice. I would stay out of going outside sort of midday. I did notice when we were in London that not everywhere used the AC. So my experience in the U.S. has been that we really do stay inside with AC a lot. Most places that we go have AC. Most homes use AC. I don't know that that's necessarily the case in London. We did notice that a lot of the subways did have AC in the cars, so that was nice. Not all of them, but some. And then I would say the buses don't tend to have AC, so that might be a consideration for you guys when you're going somewhere. I would say maybe going on a subway versus going on a bus could be a good option, or an air-conditioned Uber. We actually had the experience where most of our Uber drivers didn't use air conditioning, so now that I think about it, maybe that's not a great idea. The subway still might be our best bet. Or, walking when it's later on at night and a little bit cooler. So I guess I'll jump right into where can you get that gelato. So you've made it through the heat of the day and you are ready to go out and try the gelato that is just calling your name in London. So we found 3 different gelato places, and they're sort of in 3 different areas of London, which was great because it's a big city and it's a lot to walk through, a lot of different places to go. So you might be in different areas at different times. The first place we went to was called Gelateria 3Bs, and it was located in the Borough Market. So you can see on this map here, the Borough Market's kind of across from the Tower of London. You can actually, we basically were looking at the Tower of London, and then we walked over here and crossed London Bridge to get to the Borough Market. Now, since it is a heat wave, you might not want to go through all that walking. It was actually really sunny, no shade, but I think you can find like a subway that goes to a closer drop off to the Borough Market than what we did. We got off somewhere over here by the tower. The second place we tried was called the second place we tried was called Gelupo, and it was located in Soho. So this is a great location if you're going to see a show, because the whole like theater district is around here. Different museums. Ooh, we did not go to that gelato place, but nonetheless, we did go to enough to give you recommendations. So Gelupo, right there. And third, we stopped by a place called La Gelateria in Covent Garden. And so that's sort of right over here to give you some perspective. So still kind of close to Soho, not too far, but closer to, Covent Garden. And just different options for you if you're in different areas of London to check out. That being said, I'm going to jump right into our videos and photos of the trips to those 3 gelato places. So bear with me for just 1 second while I get that set up. All right, so this is Borough Market. This is the Monmouth Coffee Company. If you wanted a cup of coffee, I would highly recommend it. But we weren't here for coffee, we were here for gelato, and 3B's Gelato is right after that in the Borough Market. Here we go. They actually have coffee too. And as you'll see in the next clip, they have, quite a few different things on the inside. Sorry, that's on a loop. This is sort of the stuff they had inside. We did not try any of their pastries or their fancy cups. They had little stamp napkins. That was cute. I ended up with a gelato that was super fancy looking. It looked great, very presentable, nice presentation. And the flavors that we got, just to give you an idea of some different flavors they had, were panna cotta and coffee, 2 of my favorite things. So I like their gelato. It wasn't icy. It was very smooth. It didn't melt too fast. I was not a huge fan of this cone. I don't know if you can tell it, but it has sort of like a wafer consistency. I think they had different cones if you wanted to upgrade, but I didn't, to be honest, pay too much attention, and I should have, because that, I feel like the gelato was really good, and I didn't like the cone, and that just kind of made it less exciting for me than it could have been. The next place that we went to after that, another night, we didn't go get all these gelatos in one night, was a place called Gelupo. And here is the walk to Gelupo, which is located in the kind of theatery district, or nearby the theater district and Soho. You can see it's very, very crowded. It wasn't even that hot when we were there. It's nothing like the weather is going to be this upcoming week. I can only imagine that the line will be insane to go in there. Here is their menu. As you can see, they have quite a lot of options. So that's really good for people that like to try different things. And here is one of our tries. It was fresh mint stracciatella and mango. So they actually, I didn't see the mango fruit, but I did see boxes of things like peaches and blood orange, and they really make their gelato fresh, like just boxes of fruit that you could tell goes into the gelato. And we did actually go back to this place more than once. I'll get to that. But the next couple of times, they had run out of mango that was that popular. So definitely a very popular flavor that a lot of people in London like. I tried the sour cherry ricotta and also lemon. So sour cherry ricotta was really good. I liked it a lot. The lemon was so good, but it was really sour. So I would only suggest to get the lemon if you actually like extremely sour flavors. The nice thing about Gelupo and all the other gelato shops is they did let you sample the flavors ahead of time, so that was great. Gelupo, in fact, also has a cookbook that you can get, and it is available to order on Amazon. You can get a Kindle or a hardcover, or if you are in the area, you can go to the shop and pick up their book. This is the third place that we tried, which was called La Gelateria. I'm sorry, I don't have like a video of the outside. I just have this video that's buffering for the inside of the shop to show you their gelato. You can see a picture of those delicious flavors. So you can see what I'm talking about. Like, obviously, some of the flavors must have been really popular. People have already tried them. This is a picture of the outside window. They had these little, small tables and benches that you could sit at. The flavor here was roasted peanut butter caramel and chocolate. And La Gelateria was actually the only, or Gelateria, was the only place. I don't know how to say that actually now that I'm looking at it. It looks like La Gelatiera, the way it's spelled. Interesting. It was the only place that had a peanut butter flavor. So if you are like a peanut butter lover, this is the place for you. At any rate, roasted peanut butter caramel and chocolate, a honey, rosemary, and orange zest, which was really good actually. It sounds like such weird combination, honey and rosemary, but it worked. And stracciatella. So this, on the other hand, was like a regular stracciatella, not like a mint stracciatella as we had seen before. Okay, and so as you can tell, since there's another picture of the Gelupo menu, we went back again. And this time, this was our second trip. We chose to get raspberry sorbet, something called baccio, which was milk chocolate and hazelnut, and salted caramel. And I have to tell you, I am not a big fan of the salted caramel. Like, I'm not a big fan of salted caramel, but I was a big fan of their salted caramel. Like, I would have actually gone back and gotten that flavor again if I was here longer and hadn't like decided that I wanted to try more different flavors. But yeah, that was really, really good. And then finally, there's another visit to Gelupo. So as you can tell, we actually, in the course of 10 days, went to Gelupo 3 times because we liked it that much. This time, apparently, Gelupo was so busy during the day that they ran out of sugar cones, which is a bummer for me because if you know me, like sugar cones or waffle cones, the cone in general makes the ice cream for me. Like if I can't have a cone with it, I almost don't want to have it. And this is just a testament to how much I like their gelato, the fact that I would get it in a cup. They did have the wafers, so that helped. I appreciate that. And this time we tried blood orange, mascarpone, and pistachio. And you cannot see the pistachio, but it's actually one of the best pistachios we've ever had. And we're like ice cream gelato aficionados. We love to get gelato wherever we go, especially. And even like the other people, the locals that went there, they would just get, cones of pistachio and cups of pistachio. That and mango, I think, were the most popular items. And unfortunately, like I said before, the mango already ran out as well, just like the sugar cones. So you can see that this place is popular. Definitely, I would assume a lot of people are going to be going there for relief during this heat wave. And the answer to the question, what is the best gelato in London, in our opinion, is Gelupo. So I do hope you have the opportunity to try it out. In case you're wondering how much it cost, this was one of the receipts that we had for 2 medium cones. It was 12 pounds. So I don't remember the conversion off the top of my head, but yeah, it's more than $12 just for those of you in the US that might be visiting. We did get to a point where we felt like, oh, we could share, a cone because it was a pretty good portion size or a cup. And it was nice that they let you have 3 flavors because some gelato places are more stingy and only let you have 1 or 2. But Gelupo was great. So super excited that we got to experience that. Here is their website, just a little history. Gelupo makes the finest gelato in the heart of London. I would say that based on our visit to 3 different gelato places, we would completely agree with that. They make uncompromisingly delicious gelato from the finest ingredients, fresh every day. I would also say I could vouch for that because, as I mentioned, we saw boxes of fruit waiting to be turned into gelato in the store. And it seems like they are actually open every day, and they're open fairly late. So they don't open till noon, and they close at 10:30 Monday through Thursday, Friday and Saturday 12 to midnight, and Sunday 12 to 9 p.m. I don't know when they run out of their sugar cones or their cones, so that might be a consideration for you. But to conclude this video, I hope that you have a chance, if you're in London, to try out all the great gelato, especially the gelato from Gelupo. It is amazing. I really do think it'll help you get through the heat wave. And as I mentioned earlier, please, please, please stay hydrated, stay cool. Don't overdo it. Don't overexert yourself. And please take a minute to like and subscribe to our channel. Comment below and let us know if there's any other gelato places that we've missed, or if there's anything else you'd like us to take a look at while we're traveling out and about. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.